Hi friends, do you know why ants can carry weights that are 10 times heavier than themselves? No? Then listen to the whole story to know the answer. Let's start. Long time ago, there lived two friends called Jinsy and Derek. Both of them were very good farmers. They both owned huge farms where they grew crops. They both used to work very hard and had good harvest every year, which was the envy of the other farmers. But at the same time, people also idolized them because of the way they took care of the crops. But unfortunately, this year they did not have any rain. They were very worried because they had put all their money in getting the best seed and manure, and if it did not rain, their crops might get destroyed. Then what will they do? One day, Derek was just wandering in the farm. He was thinking, how would his family survive if it doesn't rain and he doesn't have good harvest? He was thinking and thinking because he had put all his money in buying the good seeds. He did not even know when he had started crying. His tears were falling down. He kept looking at his crop, and then he would look up at the sky and pray to rain god for rains. And he would keep doing it again and again and again. A little distance away, an elf sitting on the fence was observing him. After a while, he came to Derek and said, "Friend, why are you sad? What is the reason for an ever-cheerful Derek to cry?" Derek said, "Dear friend, there's no rain this year and my crop will not harvest. I have put all my money in getting good seeds. My family's welfare depends on good harvest only. I'm so very worried." Elf said, "Oh, is that all? Don't worry. I'll help you in getting the rain. Just go and get 2 small sticks and beat my hump like a drum." So Derek got 2 small sticks and started beating Elf's hump softly like a drum. And both of them started singing, "Rain, rain, come again. Dark clouds, rain again. Raindrops, raindrops, bring good crops. Rain, rain, come again." After a little while, heavy rain started falling on Derek's farm. As soon as Derek saw the rain, he started crying with joy, and he hugged the elf and thanked him. He was so very grateful to him. Next day, seeds in his farm sprouted, indicating a bumper crop. A little while later, his friend Jinsy came to know about the bumper crop. He was surprised how Derek's farm could have such good rains while his farm didn't have any. It was totally dry. He asked Derek its secret. Derek was a nice fellow. He told Jinsy everything about Elf. But Jinsy was a very wicked person. He thought that Derek had softly bitten the hump of the elf with 2 small sticks. He would use 2 thick sticks to beat Elf's hump. Then he will get twice the amount of rainfall that Derek had got. So Jinsy went to his farm and started walking around it just as Derek was doing. From the corner of his eyes, he saw an elf sitting on the fence. He was waiting for Elf to come. He had hid 2 thick sticks behind his back. Then he saw Elf coming to him. He pretended to cry. But then Elf said, "Friend, why are you crying?" Jinsy told him that if it doesn't rain, he will be destroyed because he has put all his money in getting good seeds and manure for the farm. But Elf told him, "Just go and get 2 small sticks and beat his hump like a drum. He will help him have good rains." Greedy Jinsy had already planned to beat the elf's hump with thick sticks to get twice the rainfall as Derek had got. So as soon as Elf turned his hump towards him, Jinsy started thrashing his hump with thick sticks. Instead of singing, Elf started screaming loudly with pain and then fell down and died. As soon as Jinsi realized that elf has died. He panicked because elf was the favorite person of the king, and he knew that if king came to know about the death of his favorite elf, he would be punished severely. So he thought and decided to put the blame of elf's death on somebody else's shoulder. He took elf's body and put it on top of the tree and then sat under the tree waiting for someone to come so he could put the blame on that person. But Derek came and he saw his friend sitting under a tree. He said, "What happened? Did you not meet elf?" Jinsi said, "Oh, I met the elf, but he has just climbed the tree to get some herbs and I'm waiting for him." Derek looked up and saw elf sitting on the tree. He said, "Don't worry, I'll get up there and bring him down." He climbed the tree, but as soon as he touched elf fell down with a thud. Seeing elf on the ground, Jinsi started screaming, "Derek, you have killed king's favorite elf. What will happen now?" Derek realized that he has been duped and decided to teach the killer of the good elf a lesson to ensure that he gets the punishment that he deserves, even though the killer was his friend. So Derek said, "Oh yes, it seems that I have killed the elf, but it's okay. The king is right now very annoyed with the elf and he has announced a reward of bag full of gold coins to the one who kills him. I'll take elf's body to the king as a proof and claim the reward." Hearing this, greedy Jinsi started protesting. "How can you kill the elf when I had already beaten him to death? I'll take his body to the king and claim reward." "Okay." Saying this, Derek went away. Jinsi proudly took the body of the elf to the king's court and told them how he had killed the elf. The whole court was stunned and horrified. The king was very sad to know that his favorite elf was no more, and he was furious at Jinsi. He gave him a severe punishment. The king ordered his men to put elf's body in a heavy iron box and tie it on Jinsi's back. Jinsi would carry the heavy box on his back all his life without ever putting it down. The only way he could get relief from carrying the heavy iron box was when somebody would willingly offer to carry it. But nobody would do it because everybody knew that he had killed the good elf, and because of that only the king had given him punishment. So nobody came to offer him to relieve the box. And as time went on, Jinsi became bone and skeleton carrying the burden of the box. But one day, he saw a group of ants. His evil mind started working furiously, and he decided to trick the ants to carry his burden. He stopped the queen ant and begged her to carry his heavy box only for 2 minutes while he goes to pick up an important medicine for himself. But Queen Ant said, "I won't be caught in your web of deceit. You want to get rid of the box, and you can only do so if someone willingly takes it off your back. But I won't do it." But Jinsi immediately refuted. No, sister, no. I will be gone only for 2 minutes. And as soon as I pick up my medicine, I'll be back and take back my box." Queen Ant saw that Jinsi was so thin and frail. She was very kind-hearted and she pitied him. She said, "He might be needing the medicine. I can relieve him for 2 minutes." So she took the burden from him and let Jinsi go to get his medicine. But Jinsi never came back. Queen Ant kept on carrying the heavy box of Jinsi till her last day. And that is why the rest of the ants still carry weights that are 10 times heavier than themselves because they adored their queen ant. So now you know why ants can carry weights heavier than themselves. Do comment and let me know how was the story. Like and share also. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so as yet. See you next with another interesting story.